Once upon a time in the heart of India, there lived a wise and hard-working farmer named Ramchandra. This farmer wasn't just any farmer, he was a man of exceptional skill, wisdom, and kindness. Ramchandra's reputation extended beyond the outskirts of his small village, his name synonymous with successful farming and benevolence. In this humble village, Ramchandra's world revolved around his three sons, Ravi, Arjun, and Vijay. Each son was unique, carrying his own dreams, aspirations, and strengths. They were the apples of Ramchandra's eyes, the future torchbearers of his legacy. Time, however, does not stand still. As the sun set and rose, the seasons danced their cycle, and Ramchandra found himself on the cusp of old age. His back, once straight as a sugarcane stalk, began to bend, and his strong hands, which tilled the soil, started to tremble. The future of his beloved farm started to loom large in his thoughts. One day, Ramchandra decided that it was time to pass on the mantle. He gathered his sons, their faces reflecting the orange glow of the setting sun. His voice, rough like the bark of the old banyan tree, echoed in the quiet evening. "My dear sons, I am getting old, and it is time for me to share the secrets of successful farming with you." His sons listened intently, their eyes wide with anticipation. Ramchandra continued, "However, I will not just give you my farm. You must earn it through your hard work and wisdom." The air was thick with surprise and excitement. The stage was set for the sons to prove their worth, to carry forward their father's legacy, and to write their own destiny. Ramchandra's decision marked the beginning of a new era. His sons were not just inheriting a farm, they were inheriting a legacy of wisdom, hard work, and values that would shape their journey. The legacy of Ramchandra was more than land, it was a way of life. As the sun set, the villagers wondered, who among the sons would rise to the challenge and carry forward the legacy of their father? And so Ramchandra concluded, "My dear sons, I am getting old, and it is time for me to share the secrets of successful farming with you. However, I will not just give you my farm, you must earn it through your hard work and wisdom." Excited and determined, the three sons set out to cultivate their land. Ravi, the eldest, took to heart his father's traditional farming methods. He meticulously plowed his field, sowed the seeds in neat rows, and watered them diligently. However, he soon found that maintaining the health of his crops was a challenge. Despite his tireless efforts, pests invaded his fields, threatening the yield. Arjun, the middle son, decided to adopt a mixed approach. He combined the traditional methods passed down by his father with modern techniques he had learned. His experimental approach was novel, incorporating elements like drip irrigation and hybrid seeds. But his blend of old and new wasn't without its hurdles. While his crops thrived, he struggled with managing the new irrigation system, which sometimes left his fields either overwatered or parched. On the other hand, Vijay, the youngest, was all about innovation. He ventured into uncharted territory using new methods he had picked up from neighboring farmers. He tried soil testing, crop rotation, and even embraced the use of technology in his farming process. His innovative techniques had their moments of success, but they too were fraught with problems. His new methods often resulted in unexpected outcomes, sometimes proving to be more difficult to manage than he had anticipated. Each son, in his unique way, was striving to prove his worth, to demonstrate that he could manage the farm that their father had nurtured with so much love and care. But with each passing day, the challenges seemed to mount. Traditional methods were not enough to ward off pests. Modern techniques brought their own set of complexities, and innovation, while exciting, was unpredictable and risky. As the months passed, each son faced different challenges in their quest to prove their worth. They soon realized that farming was not just about sowing seeds and reaping the harvest. It was about understanding the land, the crops, the weather, and the countless other factors that influence the yield. And most importantly, it was about resilience in the face of adversity, about finding solutions to problems, and about never giving up, no matter how tough the going got. When the day of judgment arrived, Ramchandra walked through the fields with each son. The air was thick with anticipation as the old farmer, Ramchandra, began his trek through the fields. Each son, in turn, accompanied him, their hearts pounding with a mix of excitement and apprehension. First, he strolled through Ravi's field. Ravi, the eldest, had adhered to tradition, planting his seeds in the way their forefathers had done for generations. His crops were healthy, but the pests had been a real challenge. Ravi spoke passionately about the importance of tradition and the lessons it held. He admitted to the difficulties he faced, but was firm in his belief that their family's tried and true methods had merit. Next, they walked through Arjun's field. He had taken a different route, blending the old ways with modern techniques. His crops showed promise, though he had struggled with irrigation. Arjun emphasized the need for adaptation, for integrating the wisdom of the past with the innovations of the present. Finally, they arrived at Vijay's plot. The youngest son had opted for a completely innovative approach, experimenting with methods he'd learned from neighboring farmers. His field was a testament to the successes and failures of his experiment. Vijay argued fervently for the significance of innovation, of not being afraid to tread new paths. As Ramchandra walked through each field, he observed, listened, and pondered. He saw the strengths in each approach, but also their weaknesses. The wisdom of years was etched on his face as he turned to his sons. "Ravi," he began, "your dedication to tradition is commendable, but remember, adaptation is key to survival." He then turned to Arjun. "Your willingness to experiment shows courage, but never forget the wisdom of the past." Finally, to Vijay, he said, "Your innovative spirit is inspiring, but caution against discarding time-tested methods." Ramchandra observed the strengths and weaknesses of their approaches and imparted his wisdom. As the sun set on the day of judgment, the sons realized that the true test was not about winning, but about learning, growing, and understanding the balance between tradition, innovation, and adaptation. Realizing the wisdom in his father's words, each son understood the importance of a balanced approach. Ramchandra's teachings had resonated deeply within them. They realized that their individual strengths were just pieces of a larger puzzle, a puzzle that could only be completed through unity and collaboration. Ramchandra, seeing his son's newfound understanding, made a critical decision. "My sons," he began, "I am proud of each of you. You've shown me that you have the knowledge and the drive to keep our farm thriving. But more importantly, you've shown me that you can learn from each other, adapting and innovating while respecting the traditions that have served us so well." He paused, looking at each of his sons in turn. "This farm has been my life's work," he continued, "but it's time for a new chapter. It's time for the three of you to write your own story. Instead of choosing one of you to inherit the farm, I have decided that you will work together. Ravi, Arjun, and Vijay, with your combined strengths, you will take our farm to new heights." The sons, once competing for their father's legacy, now found themselves united in a common purpose. They saw the wisdom in their father's decision. By working together, they could combine their strengths, learn from each other, and overcome any challenges that came their way. No longer were they just Ravi, Arjun, and Vijay. They were a team, a united front, ready to honor their father's legacy and usher their farm into a new era of prosperity. As time went on, the villagers saw not just the physical transformation of the farm, but also the unity among the brothers. They saw how the brothers harmoniously blended tradition, adaptation, and innovation, creating a prosperous and sustainable enterprise. They admired the brothers not just for their abundant crops, but also for their unity, their wisdom, and their respect for one another. The brothers' story serves as a powerful reminder that unity and collaboration are the cornerstones of success. Ravi, Arjun, and Vijay, with your combined strengths, you will take our farm to new heights. The three sons, now united, worked harmoniously on the farm, blending tradition, adaptation, and innovation. This unity brought a new dawn to the small farm nestled in the heart of India. The synergy of their combined strengths was like a well-orchestrated symphony, each son playing his part with precision and harmony. Ravi's knowledge of traditional farming methods provided a solid foundation, his understanding of the soil's rhythm and the dance of the seasons ensuring the farm's vitality. Arjun's experimental approach, on the other hand, brought in a breath of fresh air. His innovative irrigation methods and his knack for balancing the old and the new, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. And then there was Vijay, whose innovative spirit was the spark that ignited the flame of progress. His willingness to learn from others and incorporate new techniques into their farming practice was the catalyst for change. Working together, they transformed their father's humble farm into a thriving enterprise. Fields once fallow and barren now burst with life, a lush green tapestry of crops that swayed gently in the breeze. The farm's bounty was not merely a testament to their hard work and dedication, but also a reflection of the power of unity and collaboration. The prosperity of the farm had a ripple effect, touching every corner of the village. The air was filled with the sweet scent of success and the echoing laughter of a community flourishing in the wake of their unity. The villagers, inspired by the brothers' achievement, started working together, turning the entire village into a beacon of prosperity. But the admiration of the villagers didn't stop at the abundance of crops. They were equally captivated by the unity and wisdom displayed by the brothers. They saw in them a reflection of their father's wisdom and kindness, his legacy living on in his sons. The villagers admired not only the abundance of crops, but also the unity and wisdom displayed by the brothers. They watched as the brothers, once divided, now stood together as pillars of strength, their unity bearing the sweetest fruit of all, a prosperous future.